Welcome, welcome, and welcome. Tonight's episode number 183 is being brought to you by Always Destined for Greatness LLC, B Lips LLC, and Drip City Customs LLC. Please comment in the chat what geographic area you are joining us from, and we will begin momentarily. Well, hello. And thank you for joining the Sonya Dungee podcast, where conversations is always the essence of the soul. I am your host, Sonya Dungee, and yes, I am still bringing the heat to the IG, Facebook, YouTube, and now TikTok streets. How are you? How are you really? I pray that all is well with you and yours. Just jumping back and forth in the comments. So, are you ready to receive the 5 perspective mindset steps to maintain abundancy? That will be the topic of discussion that we will be talking about tonight. And in that, so if you're ready, comment yes in the chat, and I will definitely be watching for those yeses that will be coming in. Welcome. DC is in the building. I see you. Yes. If you are ready to receive the 5 perspective steps, the 5 perspective mindset steps to maintain abundancy, put in the comments yes, so we can go ahead and get started. I am waiting on the comments. And I am also popping back and forth between all 3 platforms. And I want to thank you so much for joining us tonight. I see you. We have DC in the house. I see you. Florida is in the building. Yes. Yes. I'm so grateful for you being here. Excuse me as I look down. Just want to make sure that we don't forget anybody and that we are able to see everyone live, up close and personal, which I am able to see. Thank you so much. And so I see that you are ready. So we are going to begin. I'm ready also and can't wait to get started. So, started is what we are going to be doing right now. So, first and foremost, in maintaining, or as the title of tonight's podcast alluded, keeping up with a perspective mindset. Um, there is, there are steps or measures, if you will, that we must take place. It must take place, and we have to do them in this order in order for us to receive the abundancy in our perspective mindsets that we so need to be able to really move forward into the end of 2025 and into 2026 and beyond. We have got to thrive. We all know that. Thriving is important, and that's what we are striving to do. Strive to thrive in 2025 and beyond. So I see you. Thank you. Great night as well. I see you. Harlem has joined us and is in the building. Thank you for joining. I appreciate you so very much. So of the 5 steps, let me jump back here. Okay, so of the 5 steps, the first one that must happen is we have to give gratitude, okay? We have to give gratitude. gratitude is so important. And in that, I'm going to be jumping around a bit. Okay. We have to start our day in a with a great morning, not a good morning. If you take the two words good and great, which one sounds better? Good, great. Let me try to say it with the same enthusiasm. Good, great. In my opinion, great always is going to outdo good, because good just is good, but great is like, wow, what's better than great? Right? And so when I greet someone, I always say, great morning. When I get up in the morning, and if I have Namari with me, I always say, great morning, Namari. And now he says, great morning, Maji. Sometimes it's Maji, sometimes it's Jima, but he says, great morning. And that's just a wonderful way to just begin our day with just filled with the greatness in it. Okay. And so in that, the attitude is, I woke up this morning, so everything else in life is operational. Everything else is in life is operational, because there's people from all walks of life, all nationalities, ethnicities, etc., government, parties, whatever you want to say, they did not. So just that attitude of gratitude is, I woke up this morning. The bills is going to still be there. Whatever the issues are, they're still there. But God blessed me to see another day. And that's how I begin my day, with that gratefulness, with that enthusiasm. And I carry that throughout my day. And then in that, part of giving gratitude is writing in a gratitude journal. Some say journal, but it's beyond just a journal. It's a gratitude journal. Okay. And in that, journaling, it cultivates, it gives you that reflection on what your thoughts and what your feelings are. It allows you to pen them in something permanent that you can go back and you can look at. And I recommend that each day you choose 3 different things to be grateful for. 3 different things to be grateful for every single day. And if you do that, that will allow for you to actually see your personal growth. And also, in 1 year, if you do it a minimum of writing 3 things a day that you are completely grateful for, that's at least 1,095 different reasons to be grateful. That's a minimal. That's if you just do it once a day and you write 3 things. The more you write, the more you'll have to be grateful for. And I see that the value is coming in. Thank you so much. I appreciate all of you for that. Jumping back and forth. Yes, absolutely. An attitude of gratitude is God's grace, 100%. It is. I see we have some people joining for the first time. So I want to thank you so much for that. And I trust that this will not be your last time. And if you are receiving value, please comment value. If you received a breakthrough or an aha moment, please comment that as well. And if you can relate to something that I'm saying, please put that in the comments as well. It's important for me to know that what I am delivering, that it is being well received, because if it's not, then that means I got some work to do. So I always appreciate the comments that are left now, or even while watching the replay. So thank you so much for that. Again, I appreciate all of you. I want you to know that you never go unseen. I see you and I hear you. I feel you. I appreciate the DMs, the comments, the phone calls, the text messages, the comments left on the morning videos every morning. You know, we know that a video should be received, and that too, I hope really jumpstarts your day in a positive way with the positive affirmations. And if you haven't had an opportunity, I suggest and I invite you actually to go back I did one yesterday that was more personal in a mirror in the bathroom at an event that I was a part of. And so I recommend that you can go back and you watch that as well. Um, that's a lot of gratitude. Absolutely. Got it. List three new things to be grateful for. Absolutely, positively, a minimum of three things a day to be grateful for. You're receiving super value already and showing gratitude. Yes, amen. Thank you so much for that. I appreciate it. I love the comments. Keep them coming. Keep them coming. Value definitely. Thank you, Sonia. You're welcome. You're welcome. Thank you for being here tonight and allowing me to share with all of you. So before we go any further, in my gratitude, I want to share my story with you, and then you'll get the gratitude piece. I promise you by the end of my story, but for those of you who are joining for the first time tonight, and perhaps you don't know my story, my name again is Sonya Dungee, and I am the host of the Sonya Dungee podcast. And my story, and the reason why I am sitting in front of all of you this evening, is back in January 23rd, actually, of 2021, as I sat at my dad's bedside, holding his hand reluctantly, being at his bedside reluctantly, looking into his face, his eyes, I witnessed that tear come down his cheek. And in that moment, I witnessed my father, my love, my confidant, my shopper, my all of that in a bag of chips. I mean, I don't know how many people can say that they, especially us women, when it comes to our dads, but can have an open, honest conversation or have had open and honest conversations with your dad about everything, about life and about relationships and about anything and everything. Well, that was my dad. He's right here. If you haven't never seen him before, he's right up here in the picture. And my dad was that one. My dad was that gentleman that I can speak to about anything and everything without feeling judged or embarrassed. So here I am. And let me even tell you a little bit more, share a little bit more so you can get a better understanding. It wasn't even 48 hours before I was taking my dad to his doctor's appointment, his regular doctor's appointment. He had to go every week, every 2 weeks the most that he can skip. And it was to see if he needed a blood transfusion because he had a rare blood disorder where he wasn't bleeding out. It was more of an internal thing. His red blood cells weren't matriculating through his body, and in that gave the impression that he was losing blood and needed these blood transfusions. So it wasn't even 48 hours before I found myself sitting at his bedside that we were faced with this horrific news out of left field. Didn't see it coming, didn't want to see it coming. And I have to admit, I was very ladylike in receiving that information because I had an out of body experience where I saw this person that was sitting to my left that was delivering this news, if you will. I kind of saw a blow being headed in her direction, and it wasn't from my mouth. I wasn't blowing that way. And in that, fast forward, I started to make arrangements, doing everything that I needed to do because I said that my father was going to have the best 6 months of his life, if that's what it was, because I knew that God made the final decision and it wasn't up to man. So this doctor was just, if she was, I really I can't even call it. She was telling us what she thought was going to happen. And here I am now, 48 hours later, not even, watching my dad take his last breath on this earth and his first breath in heaven. And as a result, immediately I started spiraling out of control. I became isolated. I begged, I pleaded, I did all of those things before the isolation, that I didn't want my dad to leave. And I knew that by me being at his bedside, and I knew by me holding his hand and staring at him, what I was about to experience. And I was going into denial before it happened. So after my dad's passing, and I was accustomed to him calling all day long and watching our favorite shows on the phone together when we only lived a matter of minutes apart, um, and us shopping and doing those things, to no phone calls, no breakfast being brought, no lunch and dinner dates, even when I didn't want to, because I knew that meant added weight that I was trying to avoid. But I did anything for my dad, and so I would go. Just like he would do anything for me. He would go shopping with me, and I know he really didn't want to. But I went from these things to nothing. And as a result, knowing that my father would no longer be present on this earth, like I said, I spiraled out of control. I isolated myself. I didn't want to leave my room other than when I had to work. And that was during the height of the pandemic. So it was a matter of going across from my bedroom into the living room, into the shishi room, to do my job and close up and walk back and shut down until the next day. I didn't go anywhere other than running to and from the cemetery for a sense of closeness. Um, and other than that, I wasn't spending time with my 3 grandchildren. Now I'm blessed with 4, or my family, or hanging out with my friends, or traveling, or doing any of the things that I was always doing before. And this continued for 342 days until enough was just way more than I can handle. I knew it wasn't what my dad would expect of me. I knew it wasn't conducive to my health. I had lost a lot of weight. And then in hindsight, if I would have tried to, it wouldn't have happened. And so when enough truly became enough for me, and I had to change my perspective, and I did just that, then I didn't realize that it was a perspective change, but it was my mindset. And I knew I had to, and I did. And I went and I sought out the help of a mentor, coach, as I call him. And in that, I was blessed with a community of uplifting mind like people that uplifted me, supported me. And it wasn't that I couldn't get the support from my family. I just chose not to, because I did not want to add the burden of grief to them that they were already experiencing. And so in that, I can't call it for sure whether it was fully, I believe it was a dream or something, because I heard my father ask me, did I receive the gift? Did I get the gift that he left me? And I couldn't put my finger on it, and I couldn't understand what it meant. But today I can honestly tell you that I am grateful for the gift that my father left. Because you see, within the darkness and the isolation and the grief and the despair and everything that came along with the grieving process, and as you know, there's no instructions, there's no manual, there's no how to get past that. I didn't know about a podcast. I didn't really think about a support group. I didn't think about in the beginning getting professional help, talking to someone, none of that. But see, the gift and that my dad left was my story. And the reason that I'm grateful for my story is, and I'm not meaning to sound that I don't think about my father, because I do every day. I mean, he's here in the studio with me, and my pictures and everything that I do, I think about my father every day. I'm grateful for life. But in that, the what he left me was this story to carry out, and so that I can help others that are going into the storm, or in a storm, or that are coming out of a storm, so that I can help them in their direction, and I can be that support for them. And today I am a transformation coach, and I get to help those that are stuck and broken from grief, from hardship, from life challenges, just like I was, that were suffering in silence with no direction and no end in sight, but are ready to move forward. That's the piece, to ready to move forward, because I cannot help you until you are ready to move forward. And that's when I come in. And I can help them to become resilient and empowered with an attitude of expectation and of excellence in reaching their economic independence, so that they can walk in their true purpose. And I pray emulate so they can help those that they were called to serve as well. And so that's what I tell you about. I'm grateful for the gift. That's what I mean in that. So it's a powerful story. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Your story and your dad are tremendously valuable to the community. God bless you. Thank you so much. I appreciate the comments, and I am reading them as I go. I don't want to lose anybody in the mix. You're welcome. You're welcome. And God bless you all. I appreciate you all, and thank you for the comments. But so, in going to number two, so number two is that we have to learn how to demote negativity. Okay. And that's something that I had to learn how to do myself, because I thought that everyone and everything was good. I thought that anybody who was in my life, meant me good. But I learned differently. And so I had to learn how to demote the negativity and envision a negative thought by seeing it as a positive opportunity for growth. Okay. Replace it with the realization in your thoughts and in your actions, but even more so, that there are things that are out of my control. Okay. Things that I can't change. The things that I can change, those are my changeables. And we spoke a lot about those in previous podcasts, just as well as the unchangeables. Okay. Changeables, change them for the betterment of yourself. The unchangeables is things that you have to learn how to let go. Ligmo, let it go, move on, give it to God. Okay. And in giving it to God, I want to share with you chapter 41 of Isaiah, verse number 10. And I'm going to read that. Fear not, for I am with you. Be not dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen you. I will help you. I will uphold you with my righteous hand. And I'm sharing that with you not to promote or to push my belief on anyone. But see, I am a child of God. I know where I came from. I did not lean on my faith. I did not Proverbs 3:5-6 it when I was in the middle of the storm. I knew that I had a God. I knew what my beliefs were, but I could not grasp them at that moment in time. I've gone to funerals. I've heard what the preacher said and all of that and the examples and all of that. But when you're going through that, it's very hard for you to lean on your faith. And honestly, I wasn't a true believer in the sense that I am today. I believed in God and all that, but I have a stronger desire, a stronger belief, and I can truly believe to really lean on my faith in God. And that's why I'm sharing this with all of you. So again, I see people coming in, and I want to thank you again. And I am seeing the comments, but I just want to be able to move on from that as well. But I don't want you to waste unnecessary time. Don't waste unnecessary time on an outcome that no matter how you slice it, no matter how you dice it, no matter how you roll it up, no matter how you flip it, no matter how you toss it, guess what? The end result is always going to be the same. It's always going to be the same. So let it go. Let it go. Trust me, it's not conducive to your well-being. I had to let things go. And then I had people asking me, well, Sonya, how could you let that go? How could you forgive someone after what they did to you? But one thing that my grandmother told me that I hold fast in is she always said to me, Sonya, never allow anyone or anything to change the person that you are. Never. Those people will get theirs in the end. Do you? And that's what I do. And there's people in my family that don't even understand it, but it's okay. It's okay. And again, I'm popping back and forth. I am reading the comments. I want to thank you all. Yes. A favorite scripture. Lord, fear not, for I am with you. Amen. Absolutely. Thank you. Okay, so again, I want you to focus on the changeables, okay? Make them something that you can go ahead and fix. And don't be in denial, because there's things that we can fix. Trust me. I've promoted people, I've demoted people, okay? There's people that I absolutely love, but I have to love them from afar. I can't get rid of them, but I can love them from afar, okay? And I could always go back and revisit that relationship at another time. And so then, with that being said, I want to provide you with step number 3, and that is speak life with intention. Speak life with intention. That is so important. So important. And I did write some notes because, yes, sometimes I know how I can get, and I don't want to forget anything tonight, especially tonight. Okay? So in speaking life with intention, I know you all can see this. I'm going to share this with you here in a moment. I know you can see this. It's my mirror. If you notice, I have it right here in the studio, right next to me. Okay. And I don't know if you had the opportunity to, again, watch the video that I posted, but I practice what I preach. So in practicing what I preach, I say, speak life, okay, into the self-image in the mirror, okay? So speak these words or something like it every day. I am confident. I am kind. I am optimistic. I believe in myself. I am compassionate. I am enough. I am enough. I am determined. I am ambitious. I am deserving. I am. As you can see, I can get very passionate. And in that, I am a problem solver. I am. I am advantageous. I'm adventurous. I am grounded. I release what does not serve me. I am in charge of my life, my destiny, and never Never, ever allow anyone to tell you differently. You see, people tried that with me. They tried it. They told me I wasn't going to amount to anything. I was going to be on welfare with my children for the rest of my life. I wasn't going to get a good job. I wasn't going to graduate college. I wasn't going to get a degree. I wasn't. But you know what I said? Keep giving me that. Bring it my way, because I'm taking that and I'm turning that into positive energy. I'm bottling that up. I'm using that to catapult me. So thank you very much. And you know what? All the things that they said that I wasn't going to be, I am today. I'm not on welfare. I have a great paying job with benefits. I graduated from college with my associate's degree. I am a paralegal, a freelance one. I'm a notary public. I'm a real estate consultant. I'm the president of New Vision Pioneers. We volunteer in our community. I sit on 2 boards, the Hispanic Advisory Board for the town of Brookhaven, and for the town of Brookhaven Youth Bureau Steering Committee. And the list goes on and on. Don't ever allow anybody to tell you differently. I'm sitting in front of all of you today. I have my own podcast, the Sonya Dungee podcast. And I'm not patting myself on the back like, look at me. But I'm telling you, because I'm leading by example. For all of you that are feeling that way or been told those things, don't let anybody take your shine. Don't ever let anybody take your shine. You got this. You keep moving. One step more than the day before is all that it takes. Trust me. One step more. Try it and let me know how that worked for you. And if you're having trouble with moving forward, DM me. Help. I will send you my personal calendar link. And you and I will sit together and I will help you with your draft and my proven life blueprint system. I will help you in order to move forward and carry on those dreams and those goals that you thought were going to stay forever on a back burner. I'll put it in the comments after this podcast is over. Okay. It's that introspection. All right. That self-examination in your own habits. Set boundaries that are clearly defined, including non-negotiables, which something that I had to learn. I'm still learning. I'm still reminding myself. I find myself slipping at times. Non-negotiables, things that you will not do, that you will not change, that you are going to hold on to, that nobody can negotiate differently. Okay. Stay steadfast in them. Okay. In that, protect your peace. If you start letting go of your non-negotiables, you are not protecting your peace, and it's going to come back and bite you. Trust me, I've been bitten. Okay? I'm reading the yes you do's and yes you are's. Thank you so much. 100%. Let me just bounce back and forth a little bit here. Tell it, Miss Sonia, I love it. You wear them in hats, and that's good. Thanks for the affirmations and positive energy you bring. I will now fix my crown. Thank you. You know that was coming. Amen. Yes. Yes. We as boss warrior queens, and you men as well, you wear crowns too, but I'm speaking to the women because that's part of my transformation as a woman, as a woman, and that's who I coach to. Okay, but I'm not leaving you out, but this is who I coach to. Okay, we go through trials and tribulations in life. Okay, we have to remind ourselves all the time, tilt that head up high, adjust that crown, and keep it moving forward. Okay, and I'm glad you hear me. Thank you for that. Okay, so check yourself. We have to check ourselves against negativity. Okay, that is big. All right, in that, in saying that is remind yourself, do checks. Is anything that I'm doing considered negative? Is anything that I'm saying considered negative? Is anybody that is around me, are they speaking negativity? Check that. Okay, and then there's number 4. That's enhanced wellness. You guys hear it all the time. You're going to hear it today. Okay, enhance your wellness both physically and mentally. All right, developing self-care and self-love routines. It's critical to our well-being. You know that. We talk about it always, always. Whether it be daily, which is highly recommended, or at a bare minimum of 2 to 4 days a week, which is basically every other day. Okay? Take time out for yourself. You take time out for everyone else. You want to be that atlas. You want to carry the world on your shoulders. Okay? So you might as well start taking time out for yourself. All right? Put that same energy into your care, into your love. Okay? And before you start telling that all this I love you to somebody else, make sure you're loving on yourself first and foremost. Okay? And then there is number 5. And number 5 is you have to stay accountable. Stay accountable. And your willpower alone is not going to do it. So don't even try staying accountable by yourself. You need the accountability to be upheld through your community of those like-minded individuals that are there to support you and uplift you. Preferably that they are a step ahead, okay? But at the same time, they're not going to promote negativity. They're not going to promote you when you're doing things that you shouldn't be, okay? And they're going to call and check up on you when you just popped up out of sight and you're nowhere to be found. That's what I call community, okay? I know I have a community of like-minded, uplifting individuals that they could never imagine the support, how much I leaned on them, even when they didn't know it, even in my darkest moments, even now when I find myself going through things and the enemy has come day after day after day and have tried to test me. And I turn around and say, go away, don't come back. You're not needed, you're not wanted, you're not thought about. You cannot have me. And then I lean on my community and I'm in the chats and I'm texting and I'm calling and I'm talking. And I have my sister who's my accountability partner and we talk every day. And I ask her, did you do what you were supposed to do today? She asked me the same. That's what I mean by accountability. Okay? Find those like-minded people in a community. And part of that community as well is find yourself a mentor, coach, such as myself or someone else that can talk to you, help you, support you, give you the tools and the skills that are necessary in order to move forward past that grief, past those hardships, past the life challenges, the brokenness, past being stuck. And there's so many ways of being stuck, many ways to be stuck. You can't do it by yourself. You're going to have to invest in yourself, but get yourself that mentor and your coach, because we're already in the fourth quarter of 2025. And all year long, we've been saying, I want to do better. I'm going to do better. Back at the end of December of 2024, you started with the New Year's resolutions. I'm going to lose weight. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. I'm not going to be stuck anymore. I want to, I want to be able to move mountains. I want those goals. I'm going to write them down and I'm going to accomplish them. Those goals are still sitting there. You might have accomplished one or two, but invest in yourself in order to be able to move forward, to be able to thrive, and eventually to be resilient in life. So, in that, I want to remind you of a couple of things. The first being that the Next Boss Masterclass is going to be here before you know it. And that's going to be held the first Wednesday in November. That is the November the 5th at 7 p.m. I will be dropping the registration link within the next week, so you have more than enough time. Make a conscious decision to move forward in your life, one step more than the day before. You owe it to yourself. You owe it to your family, your children, your grandchildren. That's your legacy. You owe it to your life in general. You owe it to the progression in your business, your life endeavors. Why not put forth that energy that you have in everything else that you do for everyone else, that you carry them on your shoulder as Mr. Atlas or Mrs. Atlas? Do it for you. I'm speaking for myself. I'm looking in this mirror right here. I'm looking as I'm speaking. I'm talking to myself as well. I remind myself every day so that I don't slip, that I practice my self-care, that I practice my self-love, that I love and respect myself enough to want to be the best version of myself, to answer to those voices that I was called to serve. So in that, think about it. I welcome you to watch the replay of tonight's episode, number 183. Watch it again without distractions. Let it sink in. Keep up that perspective, abundant mindset. And if you're not there yet, it's okay. It's okay. DM me. Help. And again, I will send you my calendar. I am willing to give you my valuable time. Time I would rather, not so much that I would rather, but that I normally would charge for. I'm giving it to you free, because I don't want you or anyone else to ever experience what I did. And if you are, I want you to be able to move forward as soon as you're ready. As soon as you're ready. With that being said, be safe. Stay well. God bless you all. And watch out for episode 184, which will be this Friday, as we talk about Mental Health Day. Episode 184 this Friday as a pop-up. God bless you all. Bye for now.